What's up, guys? This is Rixxalight signing in. Welcome to another weird video. We've done 3 of these, I think, in the past. It's a little bit weird because when we started doing YouTube for the rest of that year, I did the best of 2015, I believe, and 2016, best of 2017, best of 18. I think I started in 16 because I've done 3 of these videos. I'm not sure if I did 4. The last one we did was the best of 2018. I have been trying to get round to doing a best of 2019. But every time I've come close to doing it or wanting to do it, I'm like, I've got more things than I need to do. So I'm like, my plate just keeps on piling up, and I want to try and do a best of 2020 as well. So it's kind of confusing and hard when it's like, oh, I'm in 2021 now. I need to work on best of 2019 and best of 2020. So instead of doing like a little bit of a loop around, I'm more of a suggestion of what I would recommend you watching on the channel. I would do say so myself. So it's going to be a little bit different today because I'm going to show snippets of the games in question. Or I would say some of the thumbnails, but I don't save the thumbnails on my computer over a period of time. I just delete them after uploading them to YouTube. So the videos I've got, I think some of them still need to be re-downloaded. So how it worked with the best of, we started with like whatever came first in the year and then came afterwards. However, this is going to be more like the best games of 2019 or something like that. But instead of like last time where I did, these were the best brand new games that came out in 2019, they're going to be the best games I've played on the channel or something that I would recommend you playing, and the reason why I've put them down on my little list. Because I'm a sad person, I need to do this, and I feel like I should be obligated. While I've got nothing to upload for a Saturday or a Sunday, best of 2020 or recommended for 2020, my recommendations of 2020, what I think you should watch. So today's 2019, tomorrow is 2020. I'll focus on that all later and stuff, because why the fuck not? And in June or July time, whichever the fucking anniversary is, we do have a best of 2021. 20 to 21 games between the year that I do or started YouTube. So that's all grand. But either way though, let's start off this game with this series in the 5th slot, what I do recommend everyone to watch or to do whatever with. It's weird because the game in question is DMC Devil May Cry. Not Devil May Cry 5, not the other ones made by Capcom, the one made by Ninja Theory. The reason why I've actually put this on the video today is because I don't usually record until 12. I'm actually doing this early, which is nice. My problem with DMC Devil May Cry is that to me, it's not a Devil May Cry game. It's not a sequel. It's not a prequel. It's like an alternate reality universe kind of thing. And when it first came out back in, I think it was 2014, I think, maybe 13. One of the two. I think it came out in 13 and then got re-released in 14 with the Definitive Edition. But the reason why I'm actually putting this on this little list today and not any of the other games I've played is because I've actually managed to beat it. Which is weird because when it first came out, like I just said, I didn't like the game. I hated it. I didn't want to fucking play it. I played it for a little bit. I got to chapter 4 and like, ugh, I'm never going to play this game again. When I came around to doing the Devil May Cry series on the channel, I thought, right, I need to fucking be a big boy and play DMC Devil May Cry. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it at the same time. Like, as a standalone game, if I never played with the Devil May Cries and you play that first, I can understand it is a good Devil May Cry game. It's a good game. But because it's got the Devil May Cry name, I can't judge it like the other games. I have to judge it on its own little accord, because usually when I'm judging sequels or prequels, I judge it to the first game in the series, like Devil May Cry 2 to Devil May Cry 1. I like Devil May Cry 2, even though the fan base don't like Devil May Cry 2, because of how easy and how simple it is. People love Devil May Cry 3 the most, or 4 the most, because it's something where people started playing and it's the start of the story, which is fine. But DMC Devil May Cry is basically like, it copies the storyline of what would have been the original Devil May Cry 5 back in the release of this game, when Mundus comes back from the underworld and starts taking over and shit. But I don't like how it tied in with the digital age and stuff, so it's kind of like, some of the shit just didn't make sense for me, as well as some of the swearing and stuff like that got enticed. I'm like, that isn't for me. But the reason why I'm putting this on the list is because I hated this game when it first came out, and I actually managed to stick through it, even did the DLC as well, so hence why I recommend you playing it, because I think I get a little bit pissy in the game, a lot of we get annoyed as well. But hey, there's a few little snippets of me playing the game. I think you might be able to not hear me in the background, so I'm going to keep it on the down low, so I don't know. Next up in 4th place, whoa, is this one was the first ever video I did of my best games for my first year of anniversary. Was my top 5 favorite games of all time. Now this game in question was my second in the playlist so far, and this is the main reason why it's in this 4th place today, because it's Alan Wake. I love Alan Wake. Alan Wake is so good. It's weird because a lot of people who I've heard about this, they can't get into it. It's too slow starting, and I do get that. But for me, I like the psychological things, like anything that's nothing to do with what's not normal, as in like ghosts, people with superpowers, or something that isn't right. And seeing this Wake is like seeing he's picking up pages that he's seen the future, or he's living like a separate life or something like that. The best way I could describe his Alan Wake is that his wife goes missing, living at Cauldron Lake, and Alan Wake gets stuck. However, he escapes from the clutches of the darkness and finds himself trying to escape and crash. And then you start from the play line as like, Alice is gone. Why is Alice gone? I came here with Alice. But then you go along the storyline of him finding the manuscripts what he's already written before, trying to rewrite in time. So he's got like a memory loss, and he's catching up to how to deal with things. Which is, I love the storyline of Alan Wake. I love the darkness. I love the light. I love everything that's light. It's basically a story of light beats dark, and it's weird. The reason why I've always put Alan Wake on any list is because if it wasn't for Alan Wake, I would have never found my favorite band that I love today, which is Poets of the Fall. It has 3 songs in this game. War, which is a really good song, was the first song I heard by them. Really was in Alan Wake, and I'm like, wow, this song is fantastic. The weird thing is, though, is because when I first heard that song, I was like, oh my god, I don't like this is horrible. But then when I heard it in Alan Wake, I'm like, dude, this is so fucking cool. And I managed to play it, I bought the song, I bought the albums after that, and I just went down a rabbit hole. Love the band now, all because of Alan Wake, and I am super, super excited to play Max Payne as well, because Max Payne has some Alan Wake, has some Poets of the Fall in there too. But hey, Alan Wake, good stuff, good stuff. Love it. Cannot go wrong with how much Alan Wake is good. It's strange. But yeah, that is slot number 4. So we're going to move on to slot number 3. So this is weird because the series here that you were seeing on screen with Resident Evil 2, the remake, which came out in 2019 as well, which was on, I think it was on the best of 2019's list as well of games that came out in the past year of that time. So the reason why I put Resident Evil 2 on here is because I was starting to do the Resident Evil series, right? I did Resident Evil 0, I did Resident Evil 1, I did 2 and 3, I think. But then I was just doing them because I liked the original games, but when it came to Resident Evil 2, I was like, wow, I really want to play the Resident Evil games again. Like, so I wasn't really wanting to do them all in like continuous order like I've been doing after every new release. Although I did say that to myself that I was going to do that anyway, because I started doing Resident Evil 0. And then, but after this, like, Resident Evil 2 came out, I was like, wow, I want to play more Resident Evil games, because Resident Evil 2 really changed. Like, Resident Evil 2 Remake was such a fucking good rendition. Yes, some things changed and it did get a little bit bad than the original, but I played the original recently, both campaigns, while when I played that one, it basically made me play Resident Evil 2 Leon B campaign. Because when I did this one, I did A and B scenarios. I never did that in the original game, or the original videos, because, like, wow. And I never did a scenario B in my life before Resident Evil 2 until now. And I've done it twice, so when I play Resident Evil, I know I need to do both campaigns if I need to ever do that again. Which is grand. Resident Evil 2 may return in the future, even though I said at the end of Resident Evil 2, like, I'm not going to do the other scenarios. When I've run out of Resident Evil games to play, like, obviously number 8 is coming out in May now, because it's been announced, which is fucking great, because it comes out on my birthday. I'm so excited for that. So I've got something to do on my birthday, which is great. Recording on my birthday because Resident Evil. But it has made me go down the rabbit hole of, like, I wanted to play all of the Resident Evil games, not just, like, I was going to do the main series at first, but then I played this one. I'm like, I need to play all of them. I want to play all of the Resident Evil games. So I ended up buying Survivor recently, so that's coming out soon, and all that shit. So the rabbit hole really went deep when I bought Resident Evil 2, the remake. And I'm excited because I want to go back and replay it again, like a second visit, where I play as. I think the story doesn't change that much, but I want to do like down the end once I've done all the side stories and done number 8, and there's no more Resident Evils to do, because there's Resident Evil 8 and there's then the Resident Evil verse that's coming out, or reverse, which is fucking going to be cool. It looks like a Call of Duty game, which might be popular, might not be popular, but I'll try it out one video at some time in the future. But then once Outbreak 2 is done, I believe, or something like that, I want to try and deal with doing something like revisiting the games that have a second section or something different to play the game on. So I know the only one I've seen so far that can do it differently is Resident Evil 3. I don't remember if I did it on easy or hard. If I did do it on hard, I'll play it on easy again, maybe. But then if it comes to Resident Evil 2, I can play the remake and the original again. Because I remember playing Claire A, Leon B. I want to mix up a bit and play Leon A, Claire B. Same for the remakes. I think I did Leon A, then Claire B for the remake. So I might do Claire A and then Claire B for the remake, see if there's anything different. Cause sometimes there is differences, sometimes there's not. And I know there's extra like content now in the game that's been, you can play some of the Survivor things I need to revisit, so I might go do those in the future. I don't know, but Resident Evil 2 really turned me around on the Resident Evil series. Like, obviously Resident Evil 7 was the first one, like, wow, you've made it good again, but Resident Evil 2 really hammered the nail in saying, we are fucking back. And then Resident Evil 3 came out and disappointed everybody because it was really just like, it wasn't much of a revamp, it was just an entire fucking remake of number 3. And just completely removed the Nemesis name, which didn't make sense. Really annoyed me. But either way, though, moving away from number 3, moving on to number 2 slot, right here. So, 2019, as you can see on the screen right now, brought me Control. Yes, it's in number 2 slot. And if people know me, and the people who do watch the content or would know over the years that I am a massive Kingdom Hearts fan. Now you might be sitting there wondering, what's Kingdom Hearts got to do with Control? Well, let me tell you, I don't know if I did this or not, but I'm pretty sure I did for 2019. A Kingdom Hearts game did come out, I believe. I remember them coming out in 2019. So, I think it was in January, I think Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, because I took a hiatus from YouTube to play number 3 constantly. And, I'm a massive fan of the people at Remedy. I've played Alan Wake American Nightmare. I played Quantum Break on the channel. That was the first long series I did, which is fucking phenomenal. Which is not... So, it's an okay game, Quantum Break. Because I bought it for the premise that if this game does well, we might debate on making Alan Wake 2. And it kind of pulled through with Control, because Control technically is the second in the series that is tied together. And with Control, there has never been a game that I've played in my life where I cannot praise it enough. Like, Control is everything I wanted in a game without even knowing it. Like, you can fly, you've got superpowers, there's supernatural elements. Everything I love is in this one game. And what made it better was the DLC when they brought the darkness and light into it with the fucking Alan Wake DLC. Like, Control's first DLC is more like, oh, hey, do you like the gameplay a little bit more? The DLC 2, all about Alan Wake, was more about, oh shit, this is Alan Wake 2, kind of, or setting up for a second game. Like, what I love about the series of Alan Wake and Control, because it's all about Control here, in the song Balance Slays the Demon, which is in Alan Wake's American Nightmare, which might be in the 2020 video tomorrow, because I love Alan Wake, but it mentions a line in reverse that says, it will happen again in another town, a town called Ordinary. So, that to me sounds like that song was written when Jessie Faden was a kid, because she lived in a town called Ordinary. And then the chill went down my spine when I come across the town and it fucking said Ordinary. I'm like, are you being fucking serious with me right now? And I was nearly screaming, because Control has never been such... Like, people could say to me, like, I go towards people like saying, dude, play Control. I fucking love Control. And then like say, well, it's not that great. I was like, yeah, I do probably am overhyping the game. I love Control so much. Like, I've never 100%ed the game from start to finish as quick as I've done with Control. It's taken me so long to do it. Sometimes it's taken me a few years to get all the achievements. But literally, Tekken 7 is probably one of the best games I've ever played. Oh, well, not compared to Kingdom Hearts. Tekken 7 is probably the third now in the best my favorite games of all time. Not the Tekken series, Tekken 7 being third, because Tekken 7, it took me 3 months to get all the achievements, but with Control, you can even see it on the channel. Like, my first day playing it and the last time I played it, I didn't play anything else on the channel. I did 2 videos of it every day, 1 hour, 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day of the game. And even in it, I beat the game and like, you know what? I want to get the rest of the achievements on this on the channel. So I kept on recording it, kept on replaying it, got all the achievements, nailed it. Fucking recorded everything I needed to do. I don't know if I remember doing that for the DLC though, because I think like I don't want to go around looking at guides all the time doing it, but I did eventually doing it for the Foundation, and then I did the same with Alan Wake again. I even did like a fucking character guide because like, no one could figure out how to do it, and I figured out on my own, and probably one of the videos to do it. Like no one knew how to do it at all, and I was there on like one of the first ones on YouTube saying, "Hey, this is the." I think it was like what, the 6th person? No, sorry, I was the 8th person to 100% the game registered to use it. Like, obviously people might have beat it, but they're not part of this like true achievements. I'm on there, and on their records, I was the 8th person to finish it, and I'm like, I'll take 8th in the top 10 to finish the game on a recorded list. Sure, dude, I'll fucking take it. Hence why Control will always be one of my favourite games of all time. I praised it more than Kingdom Hearts, and that shocks people because I adore Kingdom Hearts. Like, people know me, I love the colour gold ridiculously. I love Kingdom Hearts ridiculously. And if I say Control is better than Kingdom Hearts, ooh, you know something's good about Control that I just love. But hey, Control number 2. Number 2, though. Because this is not about me being, oh, dude, I'll just praise fucking Control and shove it up to the number 1. I would have even done Kingdom Hearts. But I didn't start or finish a Kingdom Hearts game, and this is what this list is all about. But fuck it. Moving on now, best game or best series for me in the best vids of 2019. I think that's what I've actually called in this little list. I don't know what the title's going to be yet. You'll know it before I do, I guess, or you won't. You'll read it. By the time this comes to this video, you will already know the title before I even fucking mention it. But still, the one slot, here we go, is actually Soul Calibur. There's a reason behind this. So, when I started doing YouTube, I did start doing Tekken series, and the Tekken series actually did well, from my point of view, apart from the SCP views, which are fucking brilliant for me, considering one of the first ever videos I've done is on like, 1,000 views, and the Hungry Man SCP's 103, like, the remaster version's on 2,000, and I think the original's on 5,000, which is fucking phenomenal, not gonna lie. Like, the biggest YouTube video I've got is on 5,000, I'm like, fuck yes. But that's not games. We're all about games here. So, and then the second series are all about the reading stuff because people like the reading. But I had to stop doing the Morganville Vampires ones because when I realized it, I didn't know I was breaking the law. I've got the entire first book written out or read out on YouTube. I might come back to it only to do chapter 1 to make you if you want to buy the game or not. So I'm thinking about doing that again. So it's like, oh, hey, do you want to buy this game or buy this book, chapter 1? I can't do that for Ilwyn because literally Ilwyn is like another book by the same author. Sadly passed away now. Rest in peace, please. But chapter 1's like literally half the fucking book, and I'm not reading half the book. So I might just like read a chapter at a time or a few pages. Just like, if you're interested in this book or in this series, go buy it. Go do things, you know? But enough about what's going to happen in the future. So after doing Tekken all the way through and doing the one, some of them got good, some of them didn't do well. I moved on to doing Soul Calibur. Now, some of you may know, or one of you may know, because, like, looking at my views and stuff, the highest viewed videos are of the Soul Calibur Soul Blade series, or Soul Edge, if you're from Japan, or whatever. And never in my life have I been like, wow, a fighting game is doing well on my YouTube channel, and it's not dawned on me or realized, wait, I should stop everything and just do the fighting games. But no, I'm being a dick and think Resident Evil comes before Soul Calibur, not Soul Calibur comes before Resident Evil. So it's annoying because people want to come for Soul Calibur, but then they subscribe for Soul Calibur, not getting Soul Calibur, and then fuck off, which I've noticed that's a few times. Like, the peak of Soul Calibur 1 and 2 and Soul Blade, I got a few subscribers from it, because I was on like 1.5 something, which I'm on 150 now. Which is, I've not done a video on that, which I should have done today. But I'll do that when we get to 200. I'll do a special one then. I'm not doing it every 10 or every 50. I'll do it every 100 from now on instead. But thank you everybody for sticking by as well, which is absolutely phenomenal because I never thought, like, some people 150 or 152 is not a big number, but I see it in a different light. If I go into a massive hallway or a massive corridor or a hall or a food court, and you see 150 people there, and I was like, wow, this is how many people are subscribed to me. This is fucking good. This is like, it's great. It's got a nice little colony, and I do hope it gets bigger one day, but I might be ending YouTube in a few years anyway. I don't know. I really don't know. I have got an end goal. I've got a few end goals enticed. One is tied with Hyrule Warriors. Once we've done that, or done all the characters and all the maps, I did say I was going to end the channel, but I'm fucking getting distracted again. This is not a fucking update video. This is all about Soul Calibur, and it's been on screen for so long now. But Soul Calibur has been on the channel not so long. It started literally in 2018? No, 2019, because Soul Calibur was the first one I did, because Soul Blade... Or did I do Soul Blade first? No, I did Soul Calibur and Soul Blade, because Soul Blade was supposed to be first, and Soul Calibur was supposed to be number 2. But it came out in the other way order. But, yeah. I played Soul Calibur, got literally, I think, every single video has at least got more than 20 views. I think even got more than 50, and I'm like, wow. Like, Soul Calibur, people like Soul Calibur, and I don't know how, and I've been pushing away Soul Calibur 4 for so long because of Resident Evil and new games coming out. But it'll come back. Number 4 will come back soon. And I can't thank Soul Calibur enough because it's got me the biggest subscriber count that I've ever seen, or the biggest raise in subscriber counts I've ever seen on my channel. Usually it's like one every month, but it's like came in, I think 12 was at one point because of Soul Calibur 2 or something like that. So Soul Calibur feels like it's the way of the direction to go for. And number 5 is going to be a little bit different, but don't worry about that. We'll get to it. So, hence why Soul Calibur is at the top of my list. Control may have been my favourite game to ever play, but Soul Calibur, bringing the most views in a recorded time for me, bringing up the view counts. The view count's still going up. There's still getting some comments on there. And I'm a very low YouTuber as well, so it's like, wow, I feel like Soul Calibur would be the one to make it for me. You know, and just based on fighting games and stuff, but I don't like many. There's a few ideas I've got in the future for it all, but oh well. But hey, I want to say thank you to Soul Calibur, to be honest, and fucking Namco, to be honest, because without Soul Calibur, I think I would have ended a long time ago. Because Soul Calibur actually brought it up. It brought it shooting up. I think it was like 100, and in the past year, or the past 2 years or something like that, it shot up by 50. I'm like, fuck. Well, that's Soul Calibur. So yeah, I do recommend watching these 5. Soul Calibur mainly because it's brought in the most counts, and I want to do more of it. But I've got a schedule, and I hate having the schedule, but should do what I want to play. But I don't. I write down a list of all the games I want to play. But yeah, thank you for sticking by with me as well for the past so many years, for this few of you. And that one guy commenting in the Soul Calibur things, because I see you. I know who you are. So, yeah, it's great. It's great. And I want to thank everybody for helping me get to 150. I think together we can push 200, so tell your friends, tell your mother, tell your grandmother, tell your fucking dog. Alright, get your dog, get your fucking cat, get your bloody hamster that died 10 years ago to watch my videos. We can all make a nice community together. But hey, I'm done rambling now. I need to go make some more videos while my fucking thingy-my-bobby's not working properly. So I will see you tomorrow with another best of 2019, or what I should recommend of watching from 2020 even. As for now though, this is Rixxalight signing out.